Hello everyone, it's time for Chapter 13 of Rubyfruit Jungle. After months of bureaucratic shuffle and a battery of entrance exams, I won a tuition scholarship. I took classes during the day and worked at the Flick at night. Holly only saw me on weekends and didn't take to my schedule kindly, nor did she take film school seriously. One weekend night we were mobbed at work. The place was jammed with middle-aged, white, suburban theater-goers and preppies who couldn't get into the Playboy Club and had to settle for imitation bunnies. We worked 4 tables each. It was near the end of our shift and we were all tired. One of Holly's tables emptied and a sallow man, maybe 45, sat down with a plump wife in her green satin dress that was near to busting at her hips. My tables were eating and contented, so I had a little breathing space. Holly whizzed by, tray in the air, running down to the kitchen to get the couple's order. She returned with 1 orange freeze and an enormous banana split, 6 scoops of ice cream, mountains of whipped cream, 3 different syrups, and an obese cherry that bordered on the obscene. The little man watched Holly. Actually, he never took his eyes off her perfect breasts. She served the wife first, and as the lady imprisoned in green satin with her metallic hair peered at her sweetheart's straw wrapper, the husband reached right up and fondled Holly's left breast. He's loaded, I thought. This guy's got to be loaded. Holly took a step back to view him more clearly. Then she carefully put the banana split in her right hand and smashed it on his head. The entire top floor of the Flick broke out in a chorus of laughter and noise. He bellowed and jumped out of his metal chair, knocking it over and fell on his ass. His wife, seeing him on the floor with an enormous cherry oozing down his hairy ear, released a splitting wail. "Harry, there's a cherry on your ear!" Harold would have had a banana in his ear if Holly could have gotten a good hold on him. She kicked him in the balls, grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, and dragged him to the top of the stairway. There she put her foot firmly on his rear and launched him without countdown. He collided into the manager, who was huffing his 250 pounds up the stairs, looking like an ad for the Heart Association Fund. "What's the meaning of this?" Larry the Leech squawked, his affected masculine voice lost in the hysteria of the moment. "That putrid prick laid his hand on my breast. That's what the meaning of this." By now people were out of their seats crowding around the stairway for a better view. I was standing directly behind Holly. Larry's face was mottled red, and he reached down to help the tit tweaker to his feet. Whipped cream and remnants of syrupy banana covered the carpet. "You're fired. Now get out of here." "I'm sorry, sir. This is most unfortunate." Larry then looked at me, and remembering that Holly and I were friends, added as a postscript, "You can stay. I'm not mad at you." Holly whirled around and jacked her foot squarely in Larry's huge gut. He sailed down the stairs, airborne without a sound until he bombed on the bottom step. She locked my wrist in an iron clasp and announced at the top of her lungs, "If I'm fired, I'm taking my wife with me." The uproar was louder than a home run at the World Series. Holly yanked me down the steps and out into the street. She didn't let go until we had walked to the Lexington Avenue subway. I was a mixture of amazement and laughter. "You took the shit out of all of them. But Holly, you told a lie. We're not married. Now all those nice people will think I'm taken. This is the ruin of my single life." She was still too wrought up to be amused. "Shut up and come home with me." "I can't. I have to get up early tomorrow and go to the library to do some research on D.W. Griffith. Come down to my place." "Go to that dump?" "Well, I'm in it, so close your eyes to the rest." "All right, but don't wake me up when you go to the library." We rode down to the apartment in silence. The crosstown at Union Square took forever, so we walked down 14th Street all the way to the river and up to the apartment. Holly wasn't cooled by the walk. It only irritated her more. As I opened the door and heard the police lock click into place, I turned on the light accompanied by Holly's, "How can you live in this rat hole? You're a fool not to let Chrissa keep you." Let's not get into that. I've got enough on my mind. Glad as I was to see both that little shriveled-up turd get it and Larry too, now I've got to look for another job. "Look, you stubborn shit, if you'd just bend a little, you wouldn't have to kill yourself like this. And you'd have some clothes, a decent apartment, a few little lovelies that make life easier." "Holly, lay off." "Lay off what? You think you're too good to be kept? I'm kept. So what am I, a whore or something? Or maybe it's symptomatic of my race's refusal to be responsible? Is that what you think?" "No, we're different people, and it has nothing to do with whoring or color or any of that shit. I can't do it, that's that." "Don't hand me that shit. You can't do it because you're a fucking prude and you think it's immoral. Well, I think you're a goddamn ass. That's what I think. You spent your whole life in poverty and now you have a chance to have something. Take it. You don't understand, Holly. I don't want to live here. I don't want raggedy clothes. I don't want to be running on nerves for the next 10 years, but I have to do it my way. My way, understand. It has nothing to do with morality. It has to do with me. Oh, come off it, Horatio Alger. I don't want to fight. Can't we forget it for tonight? No, I'm not going to forget it because I know you're making a value judgment on me. I am not. Now stop trying to guilt trip me. You think I'm weak and lazy, don't you? You think I'm a soft rich kid who's taking money from her lover instead of from Dr. Daddy. Why don't you say it? You don't love me. I never said I did. Holly blinked and then her eyes narrowed. Why, you can't fall in love with a decadent, middle-class black brat? Just stop, will you? This is ridiculous. Ridiculous? I'll tell you what's ridiculous. You sitting here and this, working yourself to the bone, and for what? To be a film director? Listen to me, baby. Big dreams, big dreams. You can graduate at the top of your class. You probably will, but you're not going to get any work. You're another piece of ass who can sit in a secretary's chair with your Phi Beta Kappa key wrapped around your neck. You're doing all this for nothing. You know what? You're a lot like my father. I never realized that until now. He worked his ass off too, and he got rich, but he wanted to go all the way to the top, and he's not getting there for the obvious reason. You two would make a fine pair, bull-headed, can't see what's coming down in front of you. Gotta fight the whole world and get nothing but kicked in the ass. At least, my old man got money out of the deal. You aren't even going to get that. You'd better grab on to Carissa hard because she's the best you'll get, honey. God damn it! No matter what happens to me, I'll still have the knowledge inside my head, and nobody can take that away from me. And someday, even if you can't see it coming, I'm going to make use of that knowledge and make my movies. My movies, you hear me, Holly? Not soppy romances about hapless heterosexuals, not family dramas about sparkling white America, not westerns that run red from first reel to last, or science fiction thrillers where renegade white corpuscles fill the screen. My movies. Real movies about real people and about the way the shit comes down. Now, if I don't get the money to do that until I'm 50, then that's the way it is. I'm doing this, so help me God, and it's not for nothing. You know, you're incredible. I don't know if you're crazy or if you're the stuff that towers over the masses of the mediocre, but I'm not going to stick around to find out. I'm not willing to have to watch you go through the ugliness you're going through now, and I don't think I could face what's going to happen after this. When all those doors shut in your face and they tell you whatever lie it is they're telling to blacks and Puerto Ricans and women that day. You're strong enough to take it, but I'm not strong enough to watch it. After watching Daddy, I haven't got the heart to see it all over again. She stopped, took a breath, and lowered her eyes to the linoleum floor. I feel shitty. I just feel shitty. Maybe some of it is that I don't have real work of my own. I go around being beautiful and having fun, yeah, but I don't have anything for me. Really mine. And you do, and it fucking kills me. So what the hell am I supposed to do? Give it up to make you happy? Be a failure so you can feel good about yourself? No, no. Oh, Molly. Deep inside, I do want you to bust right out of here, to break the whole scene wide open. I know what it means to you. And maybe I'm even perceptive enough to know what it will mean to a lot of other people if you do. It's the everyday wear and tear that brings out the green in me. I begin to hate you, and I love you. That's a fucked mess. But I start to resent you for all the things that make you strong, that enable you to stand up under that daily erosion. I begin to hate myself because I'm not like you. I don't know. Maybe it was because my parents gave me everything, spoiled me. Maybe that's why I've got no drive. There were plenty of people who had things given to them who were middle class who had drive. So what? I don't care what they did. I care about what I'm going to do. What the hell am I going to do with my life? Tell me what to do. I can't. It wouldn't mean anything if I told you. You got to tell you. It's so hard. For Christ's sake, it's always hard no matter who you are, where you came from, what color your skin happens to be, or what sex you got stuck with. It's the hardest decision every individual has to make in their life, probably. Yeah, I know. I know it's hard when you're where you're at right now, and I'm not doing you any good with my emphasis on the pleasure principle. And I know it's hard where you're at, too. I'm sorry. Me too. I'm sorry I yelled at you, and I'm sorry I lost you the job. I'm such a dumb shit. I have to go off and get my head together. Maybe I'll ask him for the money to go to Paris for a couple of months, or maybe I'll go to Ethiopia. I have a friend there from college. It might be easier to make up my mind if I'm out of this insane city. You can make up your mind anywhere, even in jail. Going to Paris sounds like a ritzy cop-out. Fuck you. You have to throw in my face that you don't have that option, don't you? People like you make me sick, wearing your poverty like a badge of purity. I didn't mean it to sound that way. Maybe I did sound self-righteous. Well, hell, I'd like to go to Paris myself or wherever, but all I'm trying to say is, don't make a ritual out of getting your head together, that's all. Yeah, okay. I can't tell anymore if you're putting me down or being level. I get pissed off at you a lot these days. I guess we're out of phase, you know. Maybe one of these ways I'll get myself together is not to see you for a while. If that's the way you feel about it, then that's the way it has to be. You don't seem very upset. God damn it, woman, I'm doing the best I can to help you do whatever it is you have to do. No, I'm not crushed. Do you want me to be crushed and fizzle in a puddle at your feet like the Witch of the West? And yes, I will miss you. I'll miss making love with you and going to the Talia, and you're probably the only woman I'll ever know who kicked a fat pig down the stairs when he's in total drag. Okay? Oh shit, I do love you. I do. She picked up her cape, slid open the police lock, and closed the door behind her. I listened to her footsteps until she opened and closed the front door. She strode to the corner and hailed a cab. I watched until she tucked her feet in and closed the door. That was chapter 13. How many of you are also not surprised that so far it's not working out with Holly? I'm so disappointed for Molly. I wish she would find someone who could actually love her and not screw her over. It's horrible. I want to know if any of you guys relate to Molly. You could tell me about your stories of people screwing you over. That's always fun. Let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and I'm so happy that I've found a format that seems to be working so far. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and have a great day. Bye.